Hello fellow shapers of the future. Today I'm going to go through quite a few little things, little ideas, little things that are on my mind, whatever. We'll start off with thermoplastics, I think, because I love this stuff. I've recently got loads of colours. That's like you can't quite see that, that's camouflage green. Yeah, that's a strange shade. But yeah, all sorts of shades. Trying to get crimson and struggling, but this isn't too far out and it's actually quite nice. Again, tried to get crimson, struggling. Silver. This is actually for my Opinel. And gold. The gold, I really like this gold. It has a very realistic gold effect on it. More so than any of the other colours. The other colours look a little bit cheap. Mass-produced plasticky colours, really. So I've made some new lock knife adapters. This one's for my pruning knife. It's kind of a bronze gold. Don't know whether you can pick that up, but it's like a bronze gold, which is quite pleasant. But every other way it's exactly the same. It's just a simple push and lock on knife. There we go. It's a little bit more secure than the last one. It's a little bit thicker, so there is no movement now on this blade. And it's just a better fit all round, really. I spent my time, because I got a heat gun, it's making small jobs really, really easy. So yeah, that's a very snug fit on that. But yeah, nice little adapter to lock that pruning knife Victorinox on. And then it actually goes a long way onto here. And we've got a very sturdy connection there as well now, so that isn't going to fall off. Unless I try to open this blade perhaps. But yeah, it's a good idea, it's well practiced. I've obviously made one for this knife as well. You'll have to check out previous videos about that, because today has been trying to do other things with this lovely little knife. It all started off with I lost my toothpick, so I thought, well, I can make that out of thermoplastic. So I did. I made a thermoplastic toothpick, which then started a whole range of different ideas. In here, just behind the Phillips screwdriver, got a little lump of thermoplastic, gold coloured. Not quite sure why yet, but it fits in there really well. And if nothing else, it's just handy to have that bit of thermoplastic for using with other things. But yeah, there might be another use for that. Yeah, I'm still working on that bit. But that fits in there lovely with the Phillips screwdriver. So then I thought, well, maybe I could use this Phillips screwdriver for a socket wrench, using my polymorphs. So I tried it with this and it didn't really work too well with the Phillips. It didn't get enough grip on that thermoplastic. It basically just bored into it. So I thought, well, maybe not that then. So what else have we got on here? And yeah, we've got something that I never use, which is this Screwdriver, wire trimmer, bottle opener, all things that I don't really need as such. Flathead screwdriver, you don't come across them very often, and if you are, is that going to be the right size for it? Bottle opener, there's 100 ways to open a bottle other than using a piece of metal. And a wire trimmer, again, I get better results, to be honest, using just a pair of scissors, nothing more. But anyway, so that's each of those. Someone else probably loves this little piece, but to me it's pointless. So I made this little adapter. Another little adapter which goes in through that little slot there. Make sure I got it the right way. And it's a very snug fit with a lovely little clip-on noise when it goes on. So now we've got this. The idea was to just fit this one on, which it does, and then of course you can put anything you want on. The little ones, in the little sizes anyway, and this is going to be most effective against little size nuts, really. But that said, I have been trying it out with the larger size. Now with the larger size you need to take this piece off and put one of these on. Again, it clips on, and we have got basically quite a large socket, and there's no end to the size I can go with it. So I tried this out, and surprisingly it bloody works. So you connect that up, put that one on. These are, I tightened this onto that other bolt with pliers and my little monkey wrench, whatever, and I think you'll be able to see what was on there tight, but yeah, that got it wherever it actually ended up. You can see that undoes it. This is a little bit fiddly at the moment. But yeah. Doesn't help I'm being cack-handed. I think the actual knife will break before that thermoplastic will lose its shape. It's that tough. So yeah, I mean, it's put it on there hard, much better than I can. That works. Doesn't look very solid, does it? But it does actually work. Also, you could, to get more leverage, use it like this maybe. I would be careful with, obviously, this back end. I mean, this is a screwdriver, so it should be able to take a fair bit of punishment on the twist that you need to turn this round. But maybe not enough to take your tyres off your car or something like that, for example. But you get what I mean. If you're on your bike, you could just take the bits you need. Say you need this little small bit here for some random reason. You can literally just take it. That bit and your little adapters and your Swiss Army knife, obviously. So, very pleased with how that worked out. And the fact that it's in bronze gold is even better. Very snug fit, very secure fit, clicks on, and I really like that. So moving on. Clicking. So it didn't stop there, it just went from one thing to another really. If we pull this off, close this up, because I had a look inside here to see how long I could make this toothpick, and what we've got in here is actually a little sewing kit. There's a needle and a bit of thermoplastic. It doesn't have to be in the thermoplastic, but it's just so I don't lose it more than anything, and it then fits in there a lot more snug. Stuff shouldn't fly out when you take this to pieces, which I like, because you don't want to lose everything just by opening it. And there we've got just enough thread for an emergency situation, or to do what I would call one set of stitches, which is, well, it's approximately 2 feet of strong thread. So yeah, we've got the needle and we've got the thread. There's also lots of other little places you can put things in these, I think, but I'm still working on that. So then I went to the other side, take the tweezers out, which I haven't lost. And so far, I haven't come up with much, but I plan to put in, I think, matches. This is going to be like the fire lighting side. At the moment, all I've got in here is a piece of resin, sap, from a Scots pine. All I've done was got some of my little bits that I collected from the pine trees. It then melts when you apply a lighter to it, and I just dripped it in there as a liquid. Then it sets back into a nice solid again, and it kind of sticks in there just a little bit. It's not enough. I mean, that'd be easy to get that out. And surprising how long this fat wood burns. It's always amazed me anyway. And that there is actually much more than you usually would need. There was probably about that much in there. Now, if I was to light that up, that would probably last 3 minutes or so, roughly. That chunk of oil. So, talking nearly 3 minutes of fuel there, just wedged in that little space. So, we've got lots of other spaces to play with yet. So, as I say, this is all ongoing. And yeah, that kind of covers that really. I modified, I suppose I could tidy this up a bit, modified Swiss Army knife so far. Come back to that in the future. I mentioned the colours earlier, for colouring the plastics. Well, this is it basically. There is, for just over £15 I think, every shade you can imagine. Iridescents, metallics, silks, yeah, it's all just powders. You can add a little bit of powder to your thermoplastic and you've got a gorgeous colour to it. So, moving on, I made a nice bright green sheath for my axe here, because I haven't got one, which clips off like that. I've also put an edge on this, which whilst it's not perfect, it's plenty good enough. The weight of the axe is enough. But what I have done is here, I always aim to under hit. Say this is the log. I like to hit it there, exactly like that. But sometimes that will overstrike and that'll hit there. Now obviously that's damaging my handle, so it was starting to get a bit frayed and stuff. So I put a bit of thermoplastic around it, that bound into the wood where it was all kind of damaged, and it got a really good grip on that, and that might have been alright as it was, but to make sure I put some trusty old duct tape, several rounds around that, and then this bit of inner tube from a tyre. And I'm hoping that will stop any overstrikes from now on. Well, it'll help anyway. How much that'll help, I don't know, but yeah. So we'll put that back down there. As I said, I've got a heat gun. It was very cheap, £20. But it's plenty good enough. All it is an overgrown hairdryer, isn't it? Also, that wood the other day that I split up in the campsite, I saved a few nice choice pieces. Some really nice bits of oak that would look just gorgeous with anything you made out of it, quite frankly. I also got a square piece. I'm pretty sure Cornish knows what I might want to do with this, my friend Cornish. But I've tried to make it as square as possible on the cuts, keeping the solid bit. I've got two uses for this piece of wood at the moment. I might attach grit paper, 4 sides, and modify my sharpener. And also I would like a little chisel hammer, because this is a very nice solid, well aged piece of oak, and I want to do it some justice. So I saw a video the other day, an American, very famous YouTuber for survival bushcraft, and he was on about how to maintain your Theros rods, and it was good, yeah. I could see where he's coming from. Use a file to file out the places where it's not striking correctly, where you haven't actually done it properly in the first place. And it kind of goes uneven and it catches in places where you don't want it to catch along here. So a way of doing this, instead of using the steel in the first place, this way you never actually get any rough edges, and it's also quite an effective way of starting your fires. And that's just with a bit of 60 sandpaper, very rough bit of sandpaper. So it's space saving, you don't need to carry a steel. And then you can design something very small with that. And it works, I think, just as well, if not better, and certainly a lot easier. And that's just the one bit. If you wrap it round and So just saying, that's a different option. I mean, you're going to be taking large amounts off if you're going to be hacking away at this with a file. So I think it's better to do it this way. That just about sums it up, I think. I've literally got so many little things going on at the moment, I'm losing track. So try to keep up, and thanks for watching, guys.